What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I partnered with HP to share with you my experience of the 15-inch Envy X360 laptop. This is a 2-in-1 convertible, perfect for business and everyday use. It's available in a ton of different configurations and starts under $600, but you never know when sales happen, so make sure you hit that link down below to check current pricing and configuration options. Let's start with the build of the 15-inch Envy X360 laptop. It's a nice metal build, it feels really solid, it's easy to open with one finger, so that's always welcome. Due to its larger size, it's a little heavier at slightly under 5 pounds, but I've had no problem putting it in my backpack, so even for students, it's definitely portable. The hinges are solid on this laptop. I love the design touches on the back. The best thing about the 2-in-1 form factor is that you can use it like a regular laptop, then you can tint it to watch movies and catch up on your favorite content, or you can just lay it flat and use it like a tablet, so the flexibility is awesome, especially if you get the compatible pen. I love that this is a full HD touchscreen IPS display. It looks nice. In laptop mode, there is some wobble when you touch the screen, so if you want the best touchscreen experience, I would suggest a tent mode or using it in tablet mode. It's not a deal breaker whatsoever. I don't use the touchscreen that much, but when I do, I did notice it. The display is brighter than a 13-inch Envy that I reviewed earlier this year, so that's nice to see, but you still might have a problem seeing this screen outside with the laptop due to the glossy display and the overall brightness. But if you're primarily using this inside at the office or at coffee shops, it definitely does the job. I watched a few movies on this laptop and it looks good for the price point, and it's nice to have a larger 15-inch display, and since it's IPS, you do get better viewing angles. If you like watching content on your laptop, you'll be happy with these speakers tuned by Bang & Olufsen. They are loud, they sound crisp, nice and clear highs and mids. I wish it was a little bit more rounded with some more bass, but I think you're gonna be really happy with the speakers on the 15-inch X360. When it comes to ports, you get a nice selection. On the left side, you get a DC in for charging. I do love how HP has slimmed down the power brick. It's a 65-watt charger, but it's nice and portable, which I like. You get a USB 3.1 port, a power button, ventilation grill, and a headphone jack, and also a full-size SD card slot, which is awesome for content creators. On the right side, you get an HDMI port, another USB 3.1 port, a USB-C port, which is awesome, and yes, you can charge the laptop with the USB-C port, and with the USB-A and USB-C ports from that side, you can charge other devices such as laptops and phones. There's also a fingerprint scanner on this model that I have, so you can securely log in. It does take getting some used to with the positioning, but it works perfectly fine. And there's also a volume rocker there, and on some models you might see a webcam kill switch, which is a cool option for privacy. The keyboard layout includes the number pad on the right side. This is great for business professionals that need this, or if you just prefer to have it there. The keyboard is nice and comfortable with soft keys and lots of travel. It's a little too soft for my preference, but it's a comfortable keyboard. The trackpad is fairly responsive. Scrolling works well for everyday use. I do wish it was a tad larger and wider, but I think a lot of people will be happy with this trackpad. There are plenty of power options for the X360 lineup. You can go all the way up to the 10th generation Intel processors. There are AMD Ryzen options as well, and you can get dedicated graphics up to the MX250, so you're gonna have to take a look and see which configuration works best for you. The back is removable with some screws that are hidden behind these rubber bumpers, but I wouldn't because most things are not upgradable like RAM. But in terms of performance, I can only talk about the model that I have, and this is configured with the Intel Quad-Core i7-8565U processor with 8GB of RAM and a 256GB M.2 SSD, which has nice speed by the way, so opening applications and overall performance is nice. Everyday use like web browsing or normal computing is no problem, so Office Suite will work perfectly on here. This is not meant for gaming, but you can also casually game on the Intel 620 integrated graphics. Light titles like Overwatch play surprisingly well on this laptop, but don't expect it to play anything demanding. In my testing with everyday use, the laptop has stayed very cool, so heat management is good on this. When you do play games, the fans do ramp up. It does get a little bit warm, but I've never had it to the point where it gets too warm to put on my lap or anything like that. I haven't done a lot of demanding things like video editing on here because honestly, for the type of work, you'll need to bump up to a better GPU. But if you want to do some photo editing or Photoshop or Lightroom on this, it's definitely doable on this laptop. So let's round this out with battery life. The 15-inch Envy X360 has a 56 watt-hour battery and is rated up to 10 hours, but I was getting between 5 to 7 hours of usage. On mixed usage, it depends on what I had the display at, so if I kept the display at between 60 and 70%, I was able to get about 6 hours of usage. But the good thing is the laptop charges very fast with that included charger, so you'll be happy with that. So if you're looking for an affordable 2-in-1 and you want that larger 15-inch display, the HP X360 lineup could be a good fit. Make sure you check that link below because certain configurations make this a really good deal, especially for the performance that you're getting for that price. So make sure you scroll through and see if it makes sense for you and then pick one up if it does. Let me know what you think about this laptop and let me know which other laptops that you may take a look at next, and I will see you in the next one.